Hello everyone, that's a new video. Like and subscribe. Enjoy watching.
What is something women do in private that will surprise men?
When I'm home and not wearing a bra, I'm usually in a big t-shirt that I tuck under my breasts. Open jars. Shave our toe hairs. My brother walked in on me plucking my mustache. He seemed pretty surprised by that. When having a period, we clean clumps of blood out of ourselves. We also need to adjust our underwear when it goes up our ass/lips. Just gotta do it secretly when no one is watching. Idly scratch my crotch while, say, watching TV, not in a sexual way, but in scratching an actual itch way. Sometimes I'll wear the same bra for like a week straight because, honestly, who's smelling it? Not weird, but oddly specific. I'll run a warm bath and I like to get a bowl of cottage cheese, squeeze lime and add some salt and a bag of spicy chips or Doritos. I set my laptop up and watch horrifying police body cam footage / something equally as interesting and disturbing. I sit in that bath for hours like that. I'll clip my nails, inspect my pores, but it always starts out the same. Cottage cheese, chips, and crime. I'm dating a man who has yet to see this behavior. We move into our first house together in 2 weeks. Wish me luck. I'm in bed 24/7 when I'm home. Yes, I have a couch. Yes, there's another room in the house. Do they get used? Not much. Pass toilet paper to strangers under the stall if they run out. My husband was shocked by this one. Hang out in silence. Sometimes I get home and never turn on the TV, music, or any other sound, and I spend the whole night like that. Or in the car while driving. Sometimes I just need the sound off. We squeeze ourselves a lot. And we give ourselves pep talks. Personally, I do full-on conversations too, but that's just me. Probably how often we rub one out. I do it the minute I'm home alone. Quiet pain. Periods that are so painful they cause you to faint. Miss school. Move items from one shelf to another, then say it's on the shelf where you left it. Also think about the Roman Empire. We go around without clothes much more often than you think. Simply because it's convenient. Without any subtext. All when nobody around, and I know my friends do too, fart loudly and laugh about it. Walk around the house naked / half naked. Stand in front of the fridge eating random stuff. Talk about sex in very open and rude terms with other girlfriends. We behave very similar to men when no one is watching. We do not have to perform femininity anymore. It's mostly social rearing and not anything innate. Women are masking all day. This might explain some things. We are cave PPL just like you. Have confidence and even glee in our decisions. We even know what we want to eat most of the time. Exist as full human beings with a rich inner life. I'll do housework in private. My other half thinks that the liquid hand wash container hasn't needed refills in the year plus since we brought it. Even try on 5 outfits just to stay home in pajamas. I watch F1 stuff. The P/Q/ are highlights, backstories, tech unpacks, and the early driver stories. Senna, Fangio, Stewart, Amon, Hill, McLaren, Lauda. I love it, but I don't fully understand it, so I watch on my own and learn. A full rendition of Transformers: Age of Extinction using interpretive dance. My husband was unprepared for the amount of silly walking, silly dancing, and obnoxious singing he was going to walk in on. Women poo too. I always see men talk about just wanting some peace and quiet. When boyfriend is gone, I just mill about, quietly doing my tasks and enjoying the peace. He's wonderful, but I adore alone time. Look at guys at the gym and say I'd peg him. Narrating our life in our head like it's a Netflix series. LOL. Not sure this is universal, but my ass gets super itchy at times. Right in the middle. Getting that itch out is so physically relieving. Sometimes I do it in front of my partner. He finds it hilarious. Might be specific to me. When I was pregnant, I got used to placing my hands on my prego belly when watching TV. 24 years later, I still hold my belly like Ed Bundy for comfort. A lot of men online seem to think women don't have hobbies for some bizarre reason. Break down Amazon boxes. Only shaving when you absolutely have to. I only shave my legs, pits, and toes in the summer months. I literally wear swim shorts so I won't have to shave my vajayjay. I only shave that when I'm in a relationship. It's such a pain in the ass and the worst of social constructs. Aside from farting, pooping, and all those natural bodily functions, we examine our stuff, lol. We examine our pimples, blackheads, menstrual blood, boogers, etc. We sniff ourselves a lot, make our breasts jiggle for no reason, play with our body, not in a sexual way, more like grabbing parts of our body randomly. Me randomly, something that I haven't done in front of a man a lot, is experiment DIY beauty stuff like putting mayo on my hair, egg whites on my face, and stuff like that to see if it actually does anything. I feel like not all men would understand, lol. Honestly, sometimes just have a good cry for no reason other than the hormones that are raging through our bodies at any given time. Often when I'm alone, which is pretty much every day, I just don't think about men at all. I think that'll surprise some men. Move heavy and awkward things completely alone across the house/room/down and upstairs. SHHHHH. If I am alone at home, I actually can muster up all the strength and bravery necessary to squish a spider if I see one in the basement laundry room. Desperate times/desperate measures. Eat random shit as dinner. Before I got married, I would eat a handful of grapes and shredded cheese and call it a night. Now I'm making whole balanced meals. I love my partner and I want to make sure they're getting good nutrition. Weird, I don't give a shit about my own LMAO. Genuinely enjoy my time alone as a single woman. Many men don't understand or believe me when I say I'm truly happy. They typically try to convince me I'm actually sad or missing/longing for something. Honor their emotions and talk through issues. Try on my clothes and check myself out in the mirror making poses. Hate watch super useless stuff in private, but with others around watch more educational content. SHHHH. If the men find out we can shapeshift, they're going to tell the church. Pick our noses and roll up the boogie into a squishy little snot ball and play with it. Or maybe that's just me. They touch each other wherever they want to. Eat the entire bag of cookies. Eating some diabolical, disgusting concoction you would only find in a frat house full of hungover broke students. None of it makes it onto Instagram with girl dinner tags. I'm talking about some absolute diabolical Lovecraftian creations that should never see the light of day. Only ever do it when I'm home alone with zero possibility of anyone witnessing it. Play Fortnite. Have girl dinner. Listen to Midnights. Talk to the birds. Get into deep, meaningful discussions with our pets about their pet lives. The things most of us do in private are the same things men do in public. Except, if I'm eating leftover meat, steak/pork chop, I'm usually tearing into it like a caveman. No forks are necessary. And it tastes so much better that way. Have sleepovers with friends and have giggly pillow fights that end in kissing. Usually naked. Eat Nutella straight out of the jar. I use my long hair as a floss when I don't have one. I listen to crime podcasts while I clean and think about how one would, hypothetically, get away with murder. Dancing alone at home, that uplifts the mood like nothing else. Full-on main character energy. Girls have a whole civilization underground that we use slides to get to when we are home alone, and it's full of only pink items, baddie music, and endless fun. We can edge/goon all day and you will never know it. During college, I worked in the kitchen at a steakhouse that had a nice dining room on one side and a townie sports bar on the other. Sometimes a local fraternity would rent out the bar section for events. After those, the bathrooms would often be trashed. The men's room would have paper towels and toilet paper everywhere. Sometimes the soap dispenser had been punched off the wall. The women's room would have used tampons stuck to the wall and curse words written in smeared shit and period blood. Now, I certainly don't think many women would do that, but it was only the women's room that would have things like that, and these were events with different groups of people. But also, those were very young people, and thinking back, it's fully possible our bar didn't have bins for used tampons, and stuck to the wall is better than flushed down the toilet. On the other end of the spectrum, years later I ran large bar in a city, and while you would get the occasional used tampon stuck to the bathroom stall, the most striking feature there was the abundance of incredibly positive graffiti. Remember, you're worth it, don't fuck him, you're better than that, a diagram showing the location of the clitoris, etc.
Thank you for watching. Bye bye.